you know, we did the merger last year with our biggest competitor, so and that makes us, you know, at least by install base, the biggest independent player in the market for operating systems. And I believe that more than ever, the industry needs an independent operating system. And then there is a few trends in the industry that, you know, drive to that. So one trend basically is that we see that, you know, the TV sales market is under very much pressure. One reason is because, you know, the price is going down. I think the prices in the last year have been going down in average by 16%. And then there is another thing that even though, you know, the sales volume stayed pretty much stable, also that is going to change because it stayed stable because people were not necessarily exchanging their TV sets for new features. Most of them exchanged the TV set for bigger screens. But the bigger screen will come to the natural end, and that is the living room size. So, you know, when we started the business, the average TV was 32-inch. Maybe, you know, people can go to 65, 75, but that's probably the end of the ladder. So we are seeing a price decrease on the average retail price, and then we will see, you know, a lot more, or a decrease also in the sales volume. And to that, you know, retail business, there is another trend that I'm seeing is that, you know, the cable operators have, you know, for a few years now tried to find the right medicine to, you know, stop cord cutting and, you know, to re-own the glass in the living room. Guy that did that, for example, now in the UK as a first trial, you know, instead of providing a setup box to the customer, they're providing a whole TV, right? And I think that was very successful for them, and I think more and more operators are going to do that because they want to get hold back of the living room, because if they only provide a setup box, their setup box is in competition with, for example, the Samsung TV and its Tizen OS for the attention of the customer. And if you think that now every operator would start to give a TV with a subscription, that means one TV delivered via an operator means another TV less sold in the retail market, right? So I think the retail market will get under high pressure, and the result of that is that all the TV brands, you know, they need to find new ways of income sources. And the income sources is the monetization of the viewing time, the monetization of the living room. And especially in the US, you know, the US operating systems are very good in that. But, you know, whatever money they make, and we already talked about that, they keep it for themselves. So there is nothing, there's nothing to win for the TV brands. And we have a totally different system in that because we have a long-term monetization privatization for the TV brands, and give them the opportunity, you know, to sustain a business model outside of a pure hardware margin.